Hello! After two wonderful job interviews today, which we had in my company, I realized again that we always hire humans and not skills. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Oliver. I run 4 KFC restaurants in Switzerland and I'm a fireman. So when we hiring people in our companies, we hire humans, we hire character, we hire all those very individual people. And the skills are, in our case, at least secondary. Because we have the opportunity to train a lot of the skills on the team member level in a very short time, because the processes are made that way that it's easy to catch up with all the necessary abilities in a short time. The fun part, which I realized today again, is that many people, even if they worked in other companies before, and even if they worked on minimum wage scenarios, are still kind of shocked that they are not allowed to work on a trial day. And the explanation is pretty simple. If you work with us on a trial day, you're not working there. You watch my people work. Because if you are well trained, you can talk and do the work at the same time. This is the best way that we can also have fun while even being under pressure in our work scenario. Secondly, if you have your trial day, what are you going to do? You're not trained for anything we do in our restaurant. Maybe you can copy some of your skills from another job you had before, but that's basically all. So what I want to see, how fast you can adapt in 1 day or 1 hour or 10 minutes to do something? I don't know. But we give you the opportunity to get to know the people, and again, and I think the people who already watched the other video on that topic will see some sort of repetition now, but people are kind of confused to really embrace the fact that we want to get to know them first. We want our teams to get to know them first. We want them to understand who they have to work with, who they probably want to work with. So now we have 2 trial days we already made appointments for, and some people really, out of the experience of the last years, were surprised that it's going to be really that way. But I also know the other way around, and we had that before I was in the company. That the trial day was full scale, into the mist, into the water, heavy work. And that most of the times doesn't feel so nice if you don't know what you're doing and you just try desperately to do the best. That's why get to know our people and come to us and give us the chance to get to know you. We even try to flip the people who are, let's say, give you a helping hand in between, so that you're a couple of minutes with a worker in the kitchen, a couple of minutes with a worker in the burger station, a couple of minutes with the one in the front. You have time to talk with the shift leader, maybe the manager is there, maybe I'm or the area coach are there. So you really get everyone's perspective and a glimpse into their personality, into the job. So you can then later decide if that party, call it that way, is a good match for you. And then when we saw that in our conversations and interviews today, we also tried to get the schedules in the way that they suit your needs, while for sure as well meeting the needs of the company. If that leads to a point that you want to reduce your contract because you want to do some language classes, give us a little time and advance notice, but we try our best to make it happen. And talking in the first interview about this, and as well about the salaries, will give every of the new prospects a well-rounded picture. Because at the end, we want everyone to understand what he signs up for, people-wise, but on the other hand as well as all what the company is offering. Some things are completely normal to us, which seems like something special for others. And it might be vice versa, that other companies offering something we don't have yet, and it might be a specific expectation of a new worker, and maybe we can implement that. I mean, a few things are placed by law, but on the other hand, I still remember times when I was working in other companies that not always everything was like handled in that way. Like working shoes are the typical example, where we know a lot of workers coming to our company and they're already bought working shoes, and I'm asking myself, what's happening in the world that people buy their working shoes? And I do understand, because I was working in companies where those kind of rules were enforced as well, and to be fair enough, I'm not happy about that, because sometimes you really have an issue because you don't understand, are those really working shoes or is it like normal cheap shoes? And I mean, when I started working in restaurants, I also had like black shoes. Were they slippery? If not, good. If they were slippery, I will buy other shoes. It was working clothes. It comes to benefits we have with some companies where we work with. We have a contract with the SBB where we get discounts on the train tickets. I mean, there's so many small things. And we try as much as possible to get all those small details also into the job interview. And from there, we're going to make the appointment for the next step, which is going to be the trial. For us right now, we would hire a lot more people. We realized that in the conversation we had last week, we would easily hire 2 to 3 people easily for every restaurant we have. But the market right now is completely drought. And this is partially because people moved away from the restaurant business to other branches. And on the other hand, we have a lot of people who get a good amount of money from the social insurance system now, and they probably got used to it, which was a direct feedback we got. But the majority of the people applying for jobs with us, they want to work. And that's the good part in life that gives hope for everyone, because unfortunately in Germany that was many, many times different, that people were just coming in to just get a stamp. I was here, I applied, I'm sorry, I don't want to have that job. Please don't write that inside. I mean, that happens. So if you know anyone in Switzerland who is looking for a job while studying, etc., yeah, we are looking for people, so spread the news. And drop me a message on Twitter or Instagram. And if you have an opinion on having a trial day without work, what do you think about it? Just leave your thoughts in the comment section. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. Basically, these kind of videos will come now more often. Have a great one. See you next time. Bye bye.